Class, welcome to the construction of, and actually I don't even know if I should call it a construction. We're going to dilate, all right? We are going to dilate using a scale factor of 1/2, all right? Now, if we remember back to chapter 9, when there was a scale factor of 1/2, we knew that this original picture, or the pre-image, would have to shrink, right? It has to get cut in half. Well, to me, I think the easiest way I think of cutting something in half is to actually bisect it, all right? And that's kind of the hint for today's construction, or for this construction, I should say. We're going to have to cut things in half. And those things, guys, well, they're the distances from the center to each point on the pre-image, all right? So, for example, I know that my new point, B prime, is going to have to be exactly halfway between B and P. So to do that, guys, how do we cut something in half? What do we do? We've already done this, guys. We create perpendicular bisectors. The only difference here is that we're going to have to create a bunch of perpendicular bisectors on the exact same figure. All right? So just like we did before, we draw that segment if there isn't one. We need to cut this segment now in half, and so to do that, we use our perpendicular bisector method, which would be going past half and creating the football, or the X's, right? X marks the spot. So I'm going to go X's to try and keep it a little bit cleaner. But remember that you can always just make the full football, right? Extend everything. But now I know that if I connect these 2 points, or I should say I should draw a line through these 2 points, these intersection points, something like this. Boom, boom. Well, this point is perfectly in the middle of B and P. Now, when we were back in the first set of our constructions, we would have called this some midpoint or some point bisected BP. Well, we know that we wanted this point from B, so we're going to call this B prime. All right, we got this point from B, so we're calling it B prime. Well, now, guys, we rinse and we repeat. We do this for as many other points as are in the original figure. So that means I have to do the same for A and for C. Now, for me, I am not prepared for this video, so my bad, guys. I have to use an old packet for my straight edge. I hope you don't mind. Hopefully your straight edges are a little bit longer than my protractor. But I know that if I want to go halfway, that I need the original segment first. So I create that segment, and now I know I just want half of that segment. So I go a little bit past half. That looks pretty good, and I make my... Oh, I'm off the page there. Sorry, guys. I make my X's, because now I know... Oh, will this work? Yes, nice. Okay, I now know that the line that goes between these 2 points, these intersection points, is perpendicularly bisecting AP. So I mark this point, and remember, I got it from A, so I call it A prime. Almost there, guys. One more point, right? We've moved B, or I guess we've constructed B prime from B. We've constructed A prime from A. We now need to construct C prime from C. So I do it. So we extend a segment. I go past halfway. Something like this. All right, I can make my X's, or you can make your full football, whatever you feel more comfortable with. There's one X, there's another, and I know that when I extend the line through those 2 intersection points, that this intersection point right here, where they meet, has to be my C prime. Now again, I know this looks disgusting and super sloppy, but if we did it right, it should kind of look a little messy, right? There's a lot of steps to this. So the last thing we should do, though, guys, make sure, do something so that we know what your final answer is. I'm going to put it in green. I'm going to say I know I need C prime to B prime, C prime to A prime, and lastly A prime to B prime. And if you notice, the image that I just created is exactly half of my original. Okay? So that is performing a dilation with a scale factor of 1/2. Please practice more, and let us know if you have any questions. Peace.